Alaska's wilderness is a place where mountains touch the sky, rivers carve the land, and glaciers still hold the memory of ice ages past. Come ride with us, 60 miles round trip across Alaska's waters to stand before the stunning Baird Glacier. Every journey into Alaska's wilderness begins with a launching point. For us, it's Petersburg, a fishing town built on tides and channels. From Wrangell Narrows, we ride north on Sea to Explore Pros, bound for unmapped waters and a glacier that is still shaping the land itself.
Through Wrangell Narrows, past harbors asleep, into Frederick Sound, where the waters run deep, where the ice meets the sea.
Baird Glacier lies deep within Tongass Bay, a place as rich in legend as it is in beauty.
It's pretty crazy. It's calm, and then you hit some tidal stuff.
The Tlingit people once called it the Bay of Death after a great landslide swept their villages. Prospectors later told of a strange, half-human creature haunting its forests. Today the myths linger like shadows on the water, while the glacier itself tells the truest story of ice, stone, and time. As Baird Glacier has receded, it has uncovered vast areas never captured on depth charts. What looks like open water could conceal hidden dangers. Boulders resting just beneath the surface. Here, every approach must be slow and careful, for the landscape is still being written by ice and time. Out come our anchor buddies. These are basically a grapple hook on a bungee cord. Actually latex tubing. Not fancy, but it keeps our sea-doos from wandering off. We timed the stop for a rising tide because nothing says bad day like finding your ride high and dry when the water slips away. As we arrive, the view ahead hides what's to come. But when we lift the drone into the sky, Baird's hidden beauty is revealed. Its astonishing world of ice, water, and newly born lamb.
Icebergs drifting on Baird Lake so wide, blue shadows glowing where the cold
From above, Baird Lake comes into view. Its waters scattered with icebergs and feeding the outflow of the Baird River. This is the same river whose currents we felt as we carefully picked our way toward our landing site. Looking back across Tongass Bay, we see its natural beauty unfold, where the Baird River meets the sea in a quiet dance of fresh and salt water. From our landing site, we begin the hike back toward Baird Lake. Along the way, new life surrounds us. Wildflowers, lichens, and young alder trees taking root in ground only recently surrendered by the glacier. Each step is a reminder of how quickly wilderness reclaims what ice has let go.
Time is slow, time is free. Glaciers carving stories in stone. On the edge of the wild where the new rivers run, Baird is singing, and we're not alone.
Dry stream beds mark the path of rushing waters released in the times past. Boulders lie scattered in their wake. The absence of fine sand or vegetation tells a story of sudden floods carving through this raw landscape.
At Baird Glacier, we're never alone.
Pretty back there.
What's most remarkable is not what the glacier leaves behind, but what grows in its wake. Flowers pushing through gravel, alder taking hold, life rushing in to reclaim the raw earth. Here we see the wilderness being born in our own
I
lifetime.
lost my cap in the water. I had to go back and pick it up.
It's a little wet.
Yeah.
The gravel outwash of Baird Glacier stretches in braids and shifting sands. It's a landscape still being written. Beyond it, Baird Lake appears, scattered with icebergs gleaming in the northern light. Baird Glacier is a living timeline, a river of ice that once stretched to salt water, but has been steadily retreating for more than a century. Like many glaciers in southeast Alaska, it carries the story of climate and change, carving deep valleys as it flows, and leaving behind new landscapes as it melts away. Today, where ice once dominated, Baird Lake has formed, still young, filled with icebergs calved from the glacier's edge. Around its shores, the first pioneers of life take hold. Moss, wildflowers, willow, alder. What we see here is wilderness in transition, an ancient force in retreat, and a newborn world rising in its place.
Where the ice meets the sea, time is slow, time is free. Glaciers carving stories in stone. On the edge of the wild, where the cold rivers run.
Baird Glacier holds beauty, but also danger. A major calving event can send a sudden tsunami racing across Baird Lake. Icebergs sometimes jam the lake's outlet, only to break free and release a torrent of rushing water downstream. The rocky, scoured channels we see now, lying dry, are reminders of these violent surges, proof that this landscape is always alive, always shifting.
On the edge of the wild, under midsummer sun.
Baird River runs in shades of turquoise, its colors born of glacial silt, stone carried from far-off mountains, ground to dust and poured into the current like sky-made liquid.
Icebergs drifting on Baird Lake so wide. Blue shadows glowing where the cold waters hide.
From distant peaks, the glacier grinds stone to dust, sending it downriver without boundary or name. In the bends where the water slows, the silt is gently set aside, building soft beaches of silver sand. Here, born of ice and time, a quiet shore appears, welcoming every creature that comes to rest upon it.
Beautiful sandy beach right here too.
On Baird Beach we
Before you get to the lake,
earth is born.
there are moose tracks.
Beneath the
Sand.
stars, smooth and warm.
I guess they like the beach too. I don't blame them.
Where the ice meets the
Somebody had a
time is slow,
fire pit.
time is free.
Campsite.
Glaciers carving
And that's where we were.
stories in stone. On the
Yeah, this is a beautiful spot.
end where the new rivers run.
Right on the river.
Is singing.
It's all sand. Few camping areas. People just made fire pits. Quite the view. Some natural seating. Fire pit. That's where we came in.
We're never alone.
As we had hiked inland to see the glacier, the tide crept higher behind us, slow, steady, and unstoppable, each minute reshaping the shoreline, reminding us that in Alaska the sea always takes back what it lends. We paused for lunch on the shore, surrounded by Baird's beauty, icebergs drifting, wildflowers blooming, and the quiet power of the glacier all around us. Baird Glacier gave us more than we imagined. Its silence, its beauty, a place etched forever in our hearts. All right,
We had a spectacular day back at the glacier, and I found a sand beach. We saw 2 glaciers actually in that lake full of icebergs, and then we saw this glacial river and some rapids on it, looking good. But now it's time to head back.
We are just leaving the area, this bay before the glacier, and it's still 16 feet. The rocky bed back there where you try and park, so you have to be really careful and gets very shallow. Now it just went to 12 feet, 10. So you gotta be really careful all along here. We're almost out of this shallow bay.
27 feet deep.
There, it looks like it's, yeah, now it's gonna start dropping. 31 feet, 40 feet, 60, 230 feet, 400 feet. We're out of it now.
Okay, we're headed back out to the main area of Thomas Bay. We'll find the red cans. We'll stay to the right of them all the way out to Frederick Sound.
You need to be careful when you come into Thomas Bay, and it is marked. It has red and green cans out there, so you know where to come in. Now the depth is 340 feet right here.
Our journey to Baird Glacier was more than a trip. It was a glimpse into the timeless rhythm of wilderness. We rode across vast waters and found ourselves in a place where land is still being born. We stood on Baird Beach, soft sand, newly revealed by retreating ice. We watched icebergs drift across Baird Lake, each one a fragment of deep time. Along Baird River, we saw the water carrying the glacier's story, grain by grain, shaping a world in motion. And among the gravel, wildflower and young trees reminded us that life always returns, quietly, insistently. Out here we feel both small and deeply connected, part of something greater, older, and more enduring than ourselves. As wilderness writer Sigurd Olson once said, "Wilderness is the timeless earth, existing before man and beyond him." Standing before Baird Glacier, we felt the truth of those words.